Hi everyone, here to do another great chat with one of our artists from Arts on the Credit. Today we're going to be chatting with Tenyet, one of our artists for Arts on the Credit. So we will have her join us in a minute. Let's just make sure she has the invite. There she is. Just waiting for her to join us. You there, Tenyet? Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Thank you for doing
Oh,
this.
it's my pleasure.
Okay. I wanted to just talk a little bit about you. So you're a Mississauga-based artist, and you do mixed art, and you do signature abstract landscapes. Your work has been featured in various shows across the GTA. You're a board member of the Arts on the Credit, and you're also the co-chair of the artist collective Art Trend Z. Earlier in 2023, you were the recipient of a Guinness World Record. So I already am excited to ask you about that. You founded Canvas Stories, which creates corporate arts events and training in Toronto, facilitated workshops with organizations such as AGM, My Women's Support, and Arts in the Arizona Network. Arizona Network. You volunteer your time to promote therapeutic benefits of art, encouraging people to connect with their emotions through creativity in a supportive environment. You sound outstanding.
Oh,
So, but the first question that sticks out to me when I read your bio is you're a recipient of a Guinness World Record. Please tell me about that.
okay. So last year they were looking for artists from all over the world, and they wanted to have around 60 artists under one platform, and they would be taking up a class there. So I happened to find this group and they invited me. And this was actually in Dubai, where I have lived for quite a few years earlier. So I just happened to be there and it happened. It was so big and I was so excited. I got a little certificate and I came back home and I showed it to my kids and I said, okay, it's time for me to show you a certificate.
Uh, that's awesome. The one question I have been asking all the artists, well, is like where you find your inspiration. Like, well, we could rewind a little bit of like what medium that you use, like what's your actual art, your craft, but ultimately, how do you find your inspiration before you create?
Okay. So I'm a mixed media artist and I'm a very intuitive artist. So anything really inspires me. Anything, even if I'm sitting here, I see a shadow, I see the snow falling out of my window. And because what I am trying to capture in my paintings is a mood. It's not a specific place or space or an object. So the mood can happen any time of the day, any time of the night. I don't have to travel all over the world to kind of get my inspirations or anything. So I'm quite easily inspired, I would say. Just a little drive down to Oakville or something, and I see these fields and everything, the green. I think the colors and forms is what really attracts me. Shapes and sizes and nature, of course. And I got quite drawn to nature in the past few years. And like I was trying to paint everything like how artists do in the initial stage, and I would say, how do you find your style? And I would struggle because I wanted to do everything. But I think something does happen to you, and for me it happened happened very spontaneously, where I started leaning towards the landscapes, and I just started painting landscapes and florals, and it just stuck with me. And I mean, even if I try, I find it difficult to get out of this style also.
For those that are just joining us, we are having a conversation with one of our artists from Arts on the Credit. The Arts on the Credit Fine Art Show will be on April 26th, 27th, and 28th at the Arts on the at the Waterside Inn. You can grab tickets by going to artsonthecredit.ca, going to the list of shows, clicking on the Fine Art Show, and it'll bring you to Eventbrite, where you can buy tickets. If you buy your tickets in advance, you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1. I repeat, you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1 by buying your tickets in advance. So go to artsonthecredit.ca and be sure to grab tickets in advance to get those tickets, or at a cheaper price. 2 tickets for the price of 1. That's awesome. Knowing that they can find you at the Arts on the Credit event, where else can they find your work? How can they purchase your work? Where do you sell your work?
I do a lot of commission work, and I get most of these commission works through Instagram, and through, I would say, networking as well. Because to trust an artist to give a commission, I think they need to know the artist itself. I feel the more you're connected with the art community, the art collectors, it does make a huge difference. So Instagram has been quite helpful in that way. And I do have a website too, so they get to know a bit more about me, my style, and why I paint and so on. But it's really, it just comes, the commission work, and I like to do that because I like to do specific work for them. But I do some shows as well. I've done quite a few with Arts on the Credit. So yeah, you get those exposures everywhere.
That was actually one of my next questions for you is how long have you been involved with the Arts on the Credit event? How many shows, how many years, and how did you even hear about the Arts on the Credit event in the first place?
I think a couple of my friends were doing Arts on the Credit shows. So I went and I just went and visited them, and I kind of liked the vibes and the lovely artwork that was there. And I applied, and to become a member and everything. Maybe 4 years or so I've been with them. I'm not too sure. And I think the first one I did was the Arts Drive, and then COVID came, and then things changed, and then we went a bit online, and then now the shows are back. So it's been a wonderful journey with them. It's really been wonderful.
Oh. I'm getting notorious for asking this question to all the artists. I mean, but I want to ask you in particular, because you have been involved with the event for 4+ years. What advice would you offer to the public before they attend, whether this is their first time attending the Arts on the Credit event or even their 100th time? What advice would you offer as an artist to that customer? You know, Marie Payne actually gave advice when I asked her what should someone wear? Dress comfortable. But what advice would you offer the public when they come to the art show?
Yeah, just wear comfortable, and come and talk to the artist comfortably. Like, just get to know them. I think when you take a piece of art from an artist, you take a piece of their hard work, a bit of their soul, I would say, like a little bit of what they do. They put in so much effort. So it's always good to know about them. I mean, yes, when you go into a booth, you can see their style, and what you like and what you really appreciate, and their techniques and things, and you can ask more about it. So like, I work a lot in layers. So a lot of my viewers would come very close to the piece because it's in layers, and there's so much behind the work. Sometimes there are words, sometimes there's textures, and so on. So the more closer they come, they look at it. I normally have some stories behind my pieces, like something like a story or a poetry or something. So it kind of gauges you as to what I'm trying to show to them. And if it relates to them, they just fall in love, right? So it's the same for every booth that you go. If you find something attractive, just go and ask them, and look at all the stalls, you know. That would be the best advice.
Do you teach at all? And if so, where?
Yes, I do teach. And before COVID, I had an event organization where I did more of team building kind of workshops in corporate events and so on. And then during COVID, it kind of took a little setback. But then as well, I was diagnosed with cancer. So with that, as I was using art for healing, I realized that the more I reached out to the community and I showed them how much art can help them, it kind of helped me a lot. So I went and did a lot of workshops for in the community, more in the therapeutic style of you know, getting there, using your skills and feel like an artist. Basically, that's what I teach. Like everyone is an artist, I think. You know, it's just that you need to go and try, and you need a bit of guidance, and you never know where they set off from there.
Yeah. I guess the one other question I've been asking a lot of the artists is, what was your earliest memory of art in your life? Like, do you remember a particular art teacher? Do you remember a specific art class in grade school? Did you enjoy art even in grade school? Do you have any early memories of you being in an art class of some kind as a child?
I think I was surrounded by art when I was growing because my mother was an artist. And she did art in all forms, like in embroidery, in painting, in the way she displayed her food, and the way she kept the house. There was just art all around me. So I started by sketching, just black and white, you know, charcoals and things early on. And then it started with colored pencils, and then somehow gradually it, you know, changed. And I always wanted to study something that had a lot of art in it, and so I took up architecture. So there was a lot of art, sketching, outdoor sketching, the buildings, and so the whole life, I think, was focused on art and learning techniques. It was a journey, and I think I've reached a stage where I feel happy I did whatever I did, you know. So, and now that I can come out and show it, because now there's so many platforms you can do. Earlier it was much difficult, but now there are so many platforms. There's Instagram, there are shows, and there's so much support as well in the community about artists, and there's more about it now. So I'm lucky, whatever I did, that I'm here now with my art.
We have many, many people watching us live right now. For those that are just joining us, we're having a very, very informal discussion with one of our artists here that is going to be part of the Arts and a Credit. If you have any questions or any comments, don't be afraid. You can write it in the chat here, and we'll share it with our artist. The one question I'm curious to ask you is, any advice you can offer? There's probably many, many artists that are just new to the industry. They're learning how to get their feet wet and even learn how to get involved with an Arts and a Credit event. Is there any advice you could offer to those that are wanting to become an artist or become more of a professional artist?
I think basically it's about trusting your process. Of course, the knowledge is there. So you have to seek the knowledge, the technical skills, and so on. But I know a lot of artists who are so good. They are so good, but it's about believing in yourself. And it's about showing it to the world. If you do not show it, then who is going to see it? And the world is a beautiful place. Just show it. Just ignore if somebody's saying something negative, and trust yourself. And you know what? There's nothing to lose. You just need to show it around in whatever platforms you are comfortable in. And of course, Arts on the Credit is a great organization to be involved with. They have a great community of artists, very talented artists, and their organization is great. They put in a lot of effort, a lot of hard work in getting things right.
What can I guess the public expect to see at your booth? So again, we're for those just joining us, the Arts and the Credit event, the Fine Arts Show will be at the Waterside Inn, April 26th, 27th, and 28th. You can get tickets in advance online, and it's actually quite cheaper to get tickets online because you actually get 2 tickets for the price of 1 if you buy the tickets online through Eventbrite, which you just go to Arts and the Credit. There's a link right there that brings you in that you can buy tickets for the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But what can they expect when they arrive and they see your booth?
Um, I just want them to come and feel peace and joy when they come there. So that's my aim. So if they feel that, then I think I've done it. So I will be bringing in a lot of landscapes and a few florals. And this time, I do have a few big pieces which I haven't shown earlier. So I thought it's a little bigger booth, so I might take those and put it on an easel and things. But I am quite excited to take my heavy medium mixed media pieces. They are not landscapes, but they are a little different. But they seem to catch a lot of attention. So first time I thought I will take those to the show as well and see how it goes. Yeah. So it'll be exciting. I just love to speak to the guests that come and know a bit more about them as well.
We do have a question from one of our VIP watchers. Marie Payne actually has a question for you. Her question is, will you be sharing your poetry?
Oh, okay. So I am planning something like that for the future, for maybe the next show, where I would have a table book or, something with my art and the poetry together. But for now, what I normally do is with my paintings, I have a little QR code on the painting label. So people can just go there and it directly takes you to the poetry or the write-up or the story behind it in my website. So it's quite interesting if you want to spend time, read about it and things. But it's now I'm on air and I've said it, but I am working on a book for my poetry and art. So hopefully it will be done by end of the year, maybe.
That's, that's lovely. Do you have anything else coming up this summer that you would like to share with us? Any other upcoming projects? Any other events that the public can find you at this summer? Anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, I am also actually a co-founder for some other groups as well. And normally we do yearly shows. And again, it's a lot to the involvement of the community, encouraging people to come, appreciate the local art and so on. So we have a couple of those shows, but as yet the dates haven't been finalized. So a lot of organization and things. So maybe those will come up. So I have those. And I'm looking forward to Arts on the Credit in the November show as well.
Okay, well, my last question for you is please share your website one more time, share your Instagram, share any last remaining words for today before we find you at the Arts and the Credit event this summer, this
So
spring.
I just want to say thanks to Arts on the Credit. The force behind them are very, very dedicated people. So that's really, really why I have stayed here, and it's beautiful. It's just the whole community is so good there. So I love that, and my website is my first name, Thaniath, THANIATH @.com. And my Instagram is again Thaniath_art. So I'm quite active on Instagram. So you can see me posting, even if I have some upcoming shows or anything, or any talk shows or something, you'll always find me there. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for the show. And already the packing has started and everything. So the house is a bit of a mess. So you're in the cleaner part of my living room. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for doing this. I know you're a very busy person, so I really appreciate having this conversation with you. It's been such a pleasure getting to know the artist a little bit prior to the show. And I know a lot of the people that have been watching these events have been really excited getting to know the behind the scenes a little bit about the artist and getting to know the artist and the vision and what inspires an artist. So I really appreciate your time for doing this, and I look forward to seeing you at the Waterside Inn
Yeah.
for this event. Thank you.
Yes, I haven't met you, so I'm excited to meet you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
All
you.
right. Have
Bye.
a great day.
Okay, bye.